So anyway, my story about the Christmas stocking, it's a story I tell every Christmas because it's really a heart warmer, and it taught me so much about what I misunderstood about the Dharma, and it goes that my mother made myself, my older brother, my younger sister Christmas stockings,
Uh-huh.
and Christmas stockings were big. You know, it wasn't for your feet. It was a Christmas gift holder for little gifts, and it was red velvet. It had white fur trim and a green Christmas tree on it and a candy cane sewed on it. And she sewed it by hand, and it had my name on it, Christopher. You know, and so it was something that I kept every year. And what you did with a Christmas stocking was you put it on the mantle over the fireplace every Christmas on Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas morning you came down and your Christmas stocking was stuffed full of little gifts, little candy canes and candy bars and uh, a yo-yo and if as you got older you got a little transistor radio maybe if you're lucky and batteries and stuff. So that was a Christmas stocking, and I carried it with me, and I carried it out to Berkeley from Toledo, and I got to Berkeley in 71 and I got to the monastery in 74. So there were 3 years when I kept it. And you don't want to throw it away because my mother put a lot of work into it and it was part of my childhood. So, okay, so I decided I'm going to go to the monastery for the winter session, the fǎshī, the Buddha seven, the Amitabha session. And I had never spent a night in the monastery before. So I came across, I had my duffel bag full of stuff, and somehow my Christmas stocking got stuck in the duffel bag. So I went up to the third floor at Gold Mountain. I was going to share a dormitory room with three other guys. We had four beds. Remember those big wooden slab beds that were
Yeah.
crude? Man, they were mostly boards. And so I opened my duffel bag to pull out my stuff, and here was the Christmas stocking. I thought, oh no, oh man, I can't have this here. I'm now a Buddhist. I can't have this Christian Christmas stocking. And I thought, what am I going to do with it? I can't throw it away. I've had it my whole life. So it's like, oh man, I shouldn't have brought it. And then I thought, well, I mean, if you're a Buddhist, you got to get rid of your Christmas stocking. You're not going to
Oh,
do
your mom
Christmas.
gave you that?
She made it.
Oh, wow.
She
Okay.
made it. She sewed it by hand when I was
Oh,
about six. One
wow.
one for me, one for my sister, one for my brother, and I'd had it all those years. And I mean, it was a beautiful thing. It was this big and red velvet. So anyway, there I was, and I thought, God, if I throw it away, I can't do that. But I can't have it either. I'm here in the Buddhist monastery, so I can't hold on to that. So I thought, oh, I know what I'll do. This is my first night in the monastery. I'll take it out to the door in the hallway and I'll tack it onto the door and I'll let the other Buddhist laymen see it and rip it up. They'll throw it away for me. They'll say this is wrong and tear it up. So I thought, too bad. But what am I going to do? I can't hold on to this Christian Christmas stocking in a Buddhist monastery. So I hung it up on the door and said goodbye to it, and then went back to sleep. And then I heard the boards. That's probably you hitting the boards, knock,
Yeah.
knock, 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 knock,
240.
knock, knock, knock. And so I got up and fuzzy head, and I put my clothes on and I opened the door from the inside and I looked on the ground to see the scraps of the Christmas stocking. And there wasn't anything on the floor in the hallway. And I looked over at the door, and here was my Christmas stocking stuffed full of recitation beads, little Buddha images, rolls of film, candy, Chinese white rabbit candy wrapped
Oh,
up.
yeah.
It was stuffed full, just with Buddha stuff. And
Uh,
I looked at it, and I felt my heart open up. It's
that's a
like,
big welcoming.
oh man, it's like, why? Hold on. So I saw this that I had completely shut down my heart, and I had assumed that Buddhists were exclusive and narrow, and they were going to discriminate against me because I had grown up a Christian. And it wasn't that way at all. They were ingathering and kind-hearted and compassionate, and I felt my heart open up, you know. So I said, "Whoa, I really have to take another look at this." So I put my stocking aside. I went down to join morning chanting, and I got down to the first floor, and I came around the corner of the Buddha house there, and here was Master Hua standing right in front of me, and he looks at me and he goes, "Merry Christmas," he says. And I felt a tear come down, because he showed me what it means to be a Buddhist is you have a big open heart. You accept living beings, and we all start somewhere, you know, and we're all moving towards Buddhahood. So that was like, I think maybe I'm in the right place, you know. So that was my Christmas story. I tell that every year, and because it's still fresh every year. So.